Hi everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. We have some news out of North Carolina. Whoops, my face is a little bit, whoa. You guys, I'm getting makeup on my face. What a mess. Okay, sorry. We have some news out of North Carolina. Nathan Griffith was actually picked up by police yesterday outside of a grocery store on his fourth DUI in the past 10 years. That's right, everyone. Number 4. So Nathan Griffith is baby daddy number 2 for Janelle Eason. He is the father of 5-year-old Kaiser. If you remember, Nathan was actually taking care of Kaiser over the summer while Janelle and David temporarily lost custody of him due to David's murder of Nugget on their property in North Carolina. Now, Nathan actually lives in South Carolina, which is interesting. And this is his 4th DUI, his 3rd in North Carolina, and he has another one in South Carolina. Interesting. So he received his first DUI in 2009 in North Carolina, his 2nd in 2010 in North Carolina, his 3rd in 2013 in South Carolina. He has an open container arrest from 2016, and then his 4th DUI is now from Central North Carolina. What does this mean? Well, Nathan is a habitual drunk driver, it sounds like, or it doesn't appear, it says driving while intoxicated, so I'm not sure. I'm assuming this would be alcohol in the state of North Carolina. According to what I can find, in the state of North Carolina, if you receive 4 convictions within the past 10 years, you can expect this conviction to become an aggravated felony, level F, according to what I found, which could mean that he could face some time behind bars, maybe even a year. Yikes. Now, it'll all depend upon how this shakes out and whether or not they consider all the DUIs, whether they consider the one that's in South Carolina. I should note that his 3rd DUI in South Carolina was considered his 3rd offense. He also had a 2nd offense in South Carolina. So I'm not sure if he has 3 DUIs in South Carolina and now 3 in North Carolina for a total of 6. I can only find a total of 4 on his record between multiple states. So it'll be interesting how this all plays out. And not all states consider DUI arrests from other states in their sentencing, so they only go by the state guidelines. So in the state of North Carolina, this is number 3. Yikes. Go Nathan. A lot of people were rooting for Nathan, hoping that he would get his life together, hoping that he would be able to put things in order to get back with Kaiser. Unfortunately, Nathan seems to be stuck in sort of this spiral of whether it's alcohol dependence or alcoholism, which is causing him to drive while intoxicated. So he was arrested actually yesterday. He's actually bonded out. His bond was set at $10,000, and his court date will be later in the month or even next month. There's no notice at this point yet, but the police did confirm that the arrest occurred yesterday. Nathan has had a long history of run-ins with the law. He was also arrested in 2016 on suspicion of domestic violence. His rap sheet is lengthy. Some of them have been dismissed. Others have been, he's been convicted. He's got some trouble in his past, which has made it really hard for him to gain access and custody of his son Kaiser and his other child, who is a daughter from a previous relationship. He does apparently have custodial rights to Kaiser and could visit him, but David Eason recently said on Instagram that Nathan doesn't even try to see his son or isn't interested or just isn't as active in Kaiser's life as he pretends to be. While David and Janelle lost custody over the summer, Nathan and his girlfriend Ashley were helping care for him. However, it was not in, Kaiser was never in the sole custody of Nathan. He was staying with his grandma Doris because Nathan is only allowed supervised visitation with Kaiser. He is not allowed unsupervised visitation. Now, Janelle had always hinted that there was some reasons behind the scenes that she did not want to disclose as to why the court had ordered supervised visitation with him. Maybe the substance abuse issue could have been a reason why the court was not allowing unsupervised visitation, because custody agreements are often sealed, and North Carolina's custody records are notoriously hard to get along with court records because literally nothing is online in North Carolina. It's unclear what the actual custody agreement is, but Janelle has often said that he only gets supervised visitation with Kaiser. Given that this is his fourth arrest now for DUI, along with other driving issues, along with open container arrests, Nathan appears to have a trouble with alcohol and possibly drugs. So many people were rooting for him. So many people were hoping that he would get things together. And at some point you have to hope that as he racks up more of these arrests, that he'll start to wake up. He has a little boy who's 5 who needs a father, and he has a daughter who's older, and I'm not sure how old his daughter is. I remember when he was with Janelle, his daughter was a little bit older than Jace. So sadly, Nathan is going to be facing another charge. This could actually be escalated to a felony if North Carolina decides to charge it as the 4th, which could land him in prison for upwards of a year. I hope he has a good attorney to help him out of this, because this cannot be good. Not only that, this could have his license suspended for a really long time. He's also, during the time of all of his arrests, received a ton of tickets for driving without a license, driving with a revoked license. So he's going to have some trouble getting to and from work if he is working. On Instagram and on Twitter, appears the only work he does is going to the gym and flexing his muscles. Now, Nathan does say that he receives disability, I believe, through the Veterans Association, so through the VA. I'm not sure when his last full-time employment was. There's so many questions here, but Nathan definitely should be seeking help. There has not been word in terms of how Janelle has responded to the news. I can't imagine Janelle is going to be happy after hearing this, but I'm sure Janelle will probably remind us this is why she has reservations about leaving her son with leaving Kaiser with his dad. Either way, Kaiser is screwed here. He's got 2 parents that appear to be messy, with incredibly messy backgrounds. Janelle has, I think 15 total arrests. Now, she'll say a lot of the charges were dropped or dismissed, which is true, but both of Kaiser's parents have long run-ins with the laws, numerous mugshots that you can find online, and rap sheets that go for days. That doesn't say a lot for his future. I hope Kaiser can have a stable life where he doesn't follow in his parents' footsteps, because both Janelle and Nathan have struggled with dependence on drugs and alcohol. So I don't know if you're shocked by this. I'm not sure if this is a surprise to you. This is actually so disappointing to me, because it's been a few years actually since Nathan has been faced a DUI. His last arrest for driving under the influence was in 2013. So he'd had a pretty good string here where he hadn't gotten in trouble for drugs or alcohol. Sadly, that has changed. So when I know more, and if I have more information to provide you, I will. I'll also do some more digging on the background and whether or not he'll be facing what he could be facing, and how the Carolinas cross over with how they charge people for these DUIs. They're 2 independent states. They have 2 independent, laws regarding how these cases are handled. But this is the 4th total arrest that I could find, which is not good. Habitual drunk driving is not a good look. And my hope in all of this is that absolutely no one was injured. I would hope at some point he would wake up and realize that it's incredibly dangerous, not only for him, but for everyone else on the road when he decides to go behind a wheel and drive impaired. Obviously, he is innocent until proven guilty, but this isn't looking good for Nathan. All right, you guys, tell me what you think in comments. I'll be back later with more. I'm doing some digging on some other Teen Mom stories. I'll be back in a while. Bye, guys.